So it was a given that Eddie Murphy's career resurgence for Dolomite Is My Name a couple years ago would lead him to want to try and maybe resurrect some of his more classic roles. And none needed a reboot like Axel Foley, the wisecracking cop that he brought to life in 1984, 87, and 1994. And if nothing else, number 4 is further proof that Eddie Murphy does in fact have his swagger back. Here, Axel hasn't slowed down much, but he also doesn't have much in his life either. His estranged daughter, Jane, played by Taylor Page, is a lawyer in LA, and we find out her life is being threatened due to her latest case involving an accused cop killer and drugs. It's as good a reason as any for Axel to hop in his beater again and head down to Beverly Hills. And just in the big grin that he has on his face as he cruises the other world, which is the Sunset Strip. I mean, this is Eddie Murphy at his most infectious again. And I mean, the charisma is just back. He riffs, he wisecracks, he has a great confidence in his ability to bullshit people on the fly. It's all just a lot of fun to watch, and even if he is older now, he lets that slip into the performance as well. He's also very good in action sequences, which feature car chases with snowplows, commandeered meter-maid vans, and a helicopter that's interspersed with shootouts that usually have a decent amount of suspense to them. This movie was directed by Matt Malloy, who's making his debut here. And while he doesn't have Barton Brest's ability to combine action with comedy, or Tony Scott's just incredible style with action, he knows his way around a set piece. He also knows that movies like this run on nostalgia, nods, and needle drops, and right from the opening credit sequence, which uses Glenn Frey's The Heat Is On, all the way through to Harold Faltermeyer's Axel F, to Bob Seger's Shakedown, and the Pointer Sisters' Neutron Dance. It's all here. It all plays like a greatest hits album. But Paul Reiser, he comes back for a couple scenes. Then there are those people in the precinct who either sarcastically clap or blow a gasket at Axel as he disobeys orders. They're still here. The Detroit Lions jacket, of course, is still here. Bronson Pinchot as Surge, he's here for a cameo. And then there's also a great joke about Beverly Hills Cop 3. I'm not totally on board with some of the newer stuff, especially with the daughter. The reconciliation between father and daughter, that seems to be becoming a staple of some of these movies. I know Die Hard did it, but also, I mean, it just doesn't lead to anything funny, and it also just kind of goes through the motions and doesn't really lead to anything that you would describe as affecting. Joseph Gordon-Levitt also plays a detective named Bobby Abbott, someone who has a relationship with Jane and kind of becomes Axel's partner in the second half of the movie. But there's nothing really distinctive about him, nothing for Murphy to really play off of other than to have them continually bring up the plot. And no one gives a shit about the plot in a Beverly Hills Cop movie. Kevin Bacon is on hand here in a pivotal role, and he's about the only good thing in a plot that's as cut and paste as they get. The laughs that should be distracting us from this come periodically, but not enough to really build up momentum. Mostly Eddie just seems to be improvising on his own here, and what I really missed were the moments where he razzes Taggart, played by John Ashton, and Rosewood, played by Judge Reinhold. Reinhold is absent most of the movie, and Ashton comes in and out. We don't really see the guys together till the end shootout. Instead, Eddie spends more time with Page and Levitt. So there are things in this one that just kind of pale in comparison to the first two. In the end, this movie is more serviceable than good, and it still feels like the best years of this series are behind it. But Eddie looks spry and ready to make people laugh, which is welcome enough. If he's going to continue with this, though, they're going to need to develop this new stuff a little bit more. That's why I'm going B-, guys. But that's my opinion. Love to hear yours. Let me know down below there. Also, if you could, click that like button, click that subscribe button, and I do hope to see you back next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.